Right, St. Louis. I'd like to say good morning, St. Louis. We're going to go to school this morning, St. Louis. Just for a little bit, St. Louis. The reason we're going to go to school, St. Louis, because there's so many things that we have not yet achieved. And if we don't achieve what we need to achieve, St. Louis, nothing's going to change. Nothing's going to change. Everything's going to remain the same. It's imperative that we continue to grow in knowledge and in power, because if we don't, we're going to look at the world as we looked at the world thousands upon thousands of years ago. I want to believe that we can do this. However, we must begin to understand that all is not materialism, all is not wealth, all is not money as we perceive it to be. I know many of you are saying, without money, how can you survive? But you must begin to understand that money is needed to operate in the world of darkness. In the world of truth, there wouldn't be a need for money, because there wouldn't be any decay. There wouldn't be a need for hospitals, nor police, nor doctors, nor lawyers, because everything will chronologically reverse itself and go back towards the truth. All is sound, and I've been trying to get you all to understand nothing is as it appears. It's sound. Depending upon the strength of your mind is going to determine what you see. Unfortunately, the mind is decaying as soon as the mind becomes a seed. Within the mother's womb, it's decaying. And the reason it's decaying, because the producer of the seed was decaying, meaning the mother and the father were decaying, and they produced the sound, which was a negative sound, not as bad as the mother and father, because the seed is only a child, but yet the seed lives in darkness along with his parents and his grandparents and his great-grandparents. All live within that dark confinement of what I call hell, darkness. I know many of you don't necessarily understand what I'm trying to get you to understand, but it's imperative that we start looking at the world in a different dimension. If we're going towards 3 dimensions of space and 1 dimension of time, which literally takes us clockwise 24 hours in a day, 60 seconds in a minute, 60 minutes in an hour, life expectancy 80 to 100 years, chances are you're going to run out of time before you understand time. And time is not what you think time is. The reason you're running out of time is because you were decaying before you came into this, as we know the world to be. But yet, the world in which you became familiarized with, unfortunately, is decaying. And as a result of it decaying, you are also decaying with it, and it became your truth. And as a result, you formulated false religion, false doctrine, deities, not realizing that you are that truth that must manifest that perfect sound above every sound. I've always said everything is not as it appears. You got the micro and you got the macro. You got superconductivity, in which they are thinking that you need liquid nitrogen to be able to freeze at levels of absolute zero, which will allow you to change your reality in space and time. I'm one to believe that you just need a perpetual motion machine, and that machine is your mind. If your mind can achieve that level of strength, you will be able to reverse the laws of thermodynamics, and as a result, you will fortunately be able to travel in a different reality outside of space and time. And you will be in the world, but not of the world. And as a result, you will begin to see with new eyes. Many are on their way to church, but yet what they fail to understand, the church itself has not a clue that they have not a clue. And the reason being is because they're seeking after something in which they know not of. And the reason they know not of is because they lack the intelligence intellectually to understand that they are created to become that one in which they're seeking to find. But yet, the materialism, the money, the fame, the notoriety has gripped their souls, and as a result, they didn't realize that they had to become what they were seeking to find, and that's the truth. We can do this thing, St. Louis, but we have to collectively come to realize that we have to create technology far beyond the technology in which we created thus far. And the reason I say that, St. Louis, is because it's incomplete. We didn't complete the course. We must develop more than what we've developed thus far. And as a result of being able to develop more than we developed thus far, it will enable us to reach a level of awareness beyond our inability to understand that we never understood. We're not in trouble, but we are in trouble unless we come up with what is truly going on. Darkness has gripped this land and has been controlling this land from conception. But darkness is only able to work if your mind hasn't evolved into what it's capable of evolving into. Once it evolves into what it's capable of evolving into, it will create inertial, and as a result of the inertial frame of reference in which that mind is seeing the world, it will see the world as it truly is. And as a result of seeing the world as it truly is, it will begin to strengthen because it's going in the opposite direction of chaos and disorder. The time is not tomorrow. The time is today. And if we're going to win this race, we must all work together, black, white, Asian, Hispanic, countries all over the world. Let's come together and understand that we all are one. This is our season. I'm heading to the gym. Shout out to my grandbaby Noah. Shout out to Winton and Catherine. Shout out to my daughter Zion. My baby girl will be having Niall, my grandson, sometime in the next day or so. Shout out to my son Walter and Danielle. This is our season. I'm in it to win it. Failure is not an option. May God bless you all and get you to understand that you are that lily in the valley. You are Alpha and Omega, first and the last. You are that bright and morning star. Until next time, tell someone you love them and truly mean it. God bless.